outside a lot, you don't want to put too much into it because it's just gonna, I don't care how good it is, y'all, it's gonna sweat off. It is. Okay. Now, if I want to, I could give myself a little bit of the highlighter here. She's famous for this highlighter, so we'll go ahead and put a little right there on the top. Don't put it by your crow's feet, ladies. Put it under the crow's feet at the top, kind of where the blush was, but just above the blush, just above it. And you're doing a C. Why are you doing a C? So that when the sun hits it, it'll be a nice shine. And you can do right again right here, and the tip into the nose is a great place. Just the tip, that's all. And then the Cupid's bow, and then here, and maybe a little right there. There we go. And it just gives a nice glow. You could do some back here. This is not where the sun typically hits, but it does give that nice facelift look. So now we have all of our product on. We did it with minimal brushes. I did go ahead and add this, but I could have just used my finger for the highlight if I'd wanted to. So that is two things you could take on a trip to make it, you know, quick and easy. Now here's the three things that y'all know that I always have to have extra. Actually 4. Mascara, liner, mascara, liner. What are the 2 liners? Well, we know that I will always use IT Cosmetics. I do like M Cosmetics. Oh, look at that, IT and EN. I do like that as well, but this is my all-time fave. And that's just because it is so smooth. It's because it's a gel liner. It's waterproof. It goes on, it stays on pretty good for the day. It's reasonably priced. I think it's like $22, which that is a lot, but not when you want it to go on like gel, because gel goes on so easy. And yet because it's waterproof, it stays on all day. And so it's no tug, is it what it, you know, promotes. Oh, I didn't blend I should have used that little blender brush, but I'm just going to use this one because I already put it away. But I could have used that to blend this out. You want to blend your edges, remember? Where your highlighter meets, where the edges meet the edge of the eye, and both by the nose and on the outside of the eye. And that was just a blender brush. That is a E35. It just cooled off. I wonder if it's me. Anyway, and so now I'm doing my DHC. I do have my M Cosmetics. I reach for my DHC more. I can't help it, it is my favorite. Matter of fact, I think I have a birthday coupon for DHC, and that's what I'm going to use it for, is to get me a new DHC. This is the Liquid Eyeliner EX. And if I'm talking too fast, I've noticed sometimes people do that and you can't understand what is the product they're saying. It's DHC. This whole line of cosmetics and skincare. Look at that perfect line. It is so easy to use this, y'all. And it's just the same as M Cosmetics. Here's hers. And the reason is that tiny little brush. It's just so easy. You can point down and fill in with it. It glides effortlessly over the root of the lash. Effortless. I mean, it's like, it's not even hard. I do it in little dashes instead of one long line, but I have done one long line with this before and it was perfect. There. Let me bring that down just a little bit so it's filled in good on the edge. There, look at that. It's fantastic. They're not exactly the same, but that's okay. It's sort of like your real eyes. They're not exactly the same either. Okay, now I'm not going to do my mascara because I need to let that dry. But I'm going to put on my mouth. Who was it? Gotta think of her name. But she's like, I hate looking at myself in videos because my mouth isn't on. And you talk the whole time, so it's very noticeable. Of course, I'm using my Chanel Soft Rose. By the way, you know, I always say I never know the name of this. The name of this is Chanel Ultra Wear lipstick. It's not a gloss. It's not a lip paint. It's not a liquid lipstick. Even though it is, clearly. But it was the first of its kind, I think. And the reason it's called Ultra Wear is for real, it stays on all day. All day. That's why you do want to get it right. That's whatever shape mouth you draw, that's the shape of your mouth all day. Just give it a little air to dry it, and then use the other end, and this is the gloss. High sheen gloss. And it moisturizes it, and it sets it. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And now I have a very, I wouldn't say moist look, but I have a very glowy look for the day. And I can go and put on my mascara in just a little bit. I do want to let my liner dry. That's the only reason I'm not going to do it right now. I don't know, I could do it right now. What mascaras do I have? You know what? We were trying to stick with one brand, and I do have the Full Fat Lashes. I was going to use this Tarte Man Eater. I used that the other day. It was okay. It wasn't great. I use my Charlotte Tilbury, what am I trying to say? Eyelash curler, so it's in my purse. I should keep it in here because that's where I really use it. And of course, when you put the metal band down on your lid, it will, and just kind of, you know, depress a little bit, it'll pop your lashes up, and that's when you close it. And I like to hold mine a bit. I've got to go today to do so many things, y'all. Do y'all ever just have a to-do list that is so long it's depressing on a weekend? Like, not fun stuff. It's just chores. But it's kind of fun because some of it's treats. Like, I've got to go to get my baby's doggy treats, and that's kind of fun because we're also going to get them new pink leather rolled collars. I can't wait to see them. I hope she ordered them. I told my husband to tell her to. He tried them on the babies to make sure that they fit, and they did. And so I need to go pick them up. I need to get some bird seed for all my little birdies in the garden because they're kind of going, why? And while it's raining horribly in the west, it is almost like drought here. My plants are all dying off after I've worked so hard for them. And of course, it's fixing to come into fall, and they're going to anyway. But it has not rained here in over a week. It is just, and before that it was like raining every other day, torrential downpour. So all these plants are just so used to attention, and now they've got nothing, and they're all wilting. So I've got to water today. I think the big thing is I've got to go take some medication to my dad, and I've got to get some from the VA. And I just know dealing with the VA is going to be awful because it's government and it's so huge. And I mean the property, the building, everything about it. I just feel like I'm going to have a really hard time with them. So I'm not looking forward to it at all. Not at all. But it saves almost $200 and something to go to them for one of his drugs. It goes from like $275 to $9. That's just wrong. The companies jack people that kind of money. But it's also wrong that the VA makes it so hard. Oh my gosh, they make it so hard to deal with them. I know, does that sound like I'm down in the VA? I thank God that we have the VA, but it is broken. Everybody knows it. And we're trying to get it fixed. And everybody, of course, I'm sure will blame Trump. He can't fix it that fast. Nobody can. But anyway, no president could fix it this fast. If y'all noticed, that did take my liner right off. You gotta let your liner dry. I didn't. I ventured out to put my lashes on, and I didn't wait for it to completely dry. But that's alright. I have my base little tails on the end. That's funny. Just the tails stayed with the liner on the eye. But the mascara will kind of make a liner, you know. I like this mascara. It is, I think, water resistant. It is not waterproof, which I don't like. I like my mascara to be waterproof. It holds the curl better. Right after you've just used the eyelash curler, it just sets faster. And so it holds that curl you just did. When it takes long to dry, the little curl kind of goes, and next thing you know, you don't really have any curl. Oh, y'all. What else do I have to do? I have to go by the bank. You know what? It just occurred to me. I have to. Wait. Beth, do you know there's people dealing with real catastrophe today in Texas? Y'all pray for them. They're really going through hell. People who signed up to be a fireman are dealing with flooding. It's just awful. I guess they're trained in floods as well, but still. I can't imagine what all they have to deal with. But the reward is they're saving people's lives. They're helping people have a better day today that are, you know, they wish their biggest issue was having to go to the other end of the city to get some medication from the VA. Instead of the fact that the grounds are flooded and there's no way to get there. So I should shut up and be grateful. God forgive me. Y'all forgive me. And if y'all were thinking that way, y'all need to forgive yourselves, because you shouldn't be talking that way either. We should be thankful for what we do have, right? There's always someone who has it worse. And we shouldn't focus on the negative. We should focus on the positive. We all got stuff. I got friends with breast cancer. And they'll tell you, don't focus on it. You're still alive. You know, it isn't